Hi guys, so today we're going to be doing a mini album in real time as a couple of you have requested. So let's get started. You need two pieces of grey board, doesn't matter what thickness you use. Okay, this is 1.5mm this is. So we're going to trim this down to size, so we'll make an 8x8 piece. So if you've got a Frisker's trimmer, you can cut your grey board down, no problems. If not, use a Stanley knife and a ruler, but just be careful of your fingers. Okay, so you'll want two pieces of grey board at 8x8. So you'll need two of those, and then you'll need a piece of 3" by 8 inches. So this is the spine for the book. There we go. With this bit that you've got left over from one of the sheets, please keep it, don't chuck it away because we'll need it in a minute. Okay, so you've got your two 8x8s and you've got your spine, okay, like so. I need to zoom this out just a tad. Yeah, that's as far as it's going to go. So next you need to make your choice of cardstock to cover your outer edges of your book cover. So I've got some 12x12 cardstock here, and I'm going to tape these together. So I'm just going to use some red tape for this. So just pop a piece on the edge of one of your pieces of cardstock. There you go. Pull the backing off, like so, and then just layer one over the other, like so. And next, what you want to do is pop some tape, double-sided tape. If you've got score tape, that would be brilliant. If not, just use what you have in your stash. Ooh. There we go. So this is just a bit of tissue tape. So I'm going to do the smaller panel first, the 3x8. 8x8 is always a good choice of size. So I'll just put these on ready for the next bit. So usually go around all four sides of the grey board. Tissue tape's easier because you can just rip it off. You haven't got to keep on picking up scissors all the time. I hope you can all hear me properly. There we go. So then, what you want to do is take your backing off with your pokey tool. My dog's at the door, I can hear him. He wants to come in. So, when you stick your centre bit on, what you need to do is, on the back where the paper's overlapped, can you see? You need to make sure that's in the centre of this bit. So that'll go about there. And you want to centralise it in your card. Okay. So I'll just take the backing off my 8x8 panels. Tape's really just to hold it in place whilst you're getting everything together. So it just holds it. Right, there's one. There's two. There's always one side that doesn't, there it goes, doesn't want to come off. Right, so this bit I told you not to throw away earlier is just rip that in half. And if you've got a little bit of masking tape to hand, just place that around the two nice and tightly, because you need this as a spacer. You need to be able to open and close the covers nicely. So once you've taped them together, can you see? Yeah. You need to hold that next to the spine piece. So, and then line up your page, your front cover. Make sure that's still in place. Make sure you've lined it up top and bottom, and then just push it down. And then the same with the back cover. So put your spacer in place. Line it up top and bottom. And then just push that in place. Okay, so nice and easy. But you must remember to use 2 widths of your grey board as a spacer. So this will make sure the card shouldn't tear when you open and close your book. Okay, so for the next stages now, you want to cut off your corners. So you want to cut off your corners. But you need to leave just a mil or 2 just on the points of the book corners. Okay? So do that on all 4 corners. And I'll show you why we're doing that now. Okay. So, here we go. Next, what you want to do is you just want to bend your cardstock up over the grey board. So the easiest way to do that is just to pick your card up and just press it on the table, and you're just breaking down the fibres in the card. So if you do that on all 4 sides as well, just do it gently. Oh, I'm hitting the camera there. Just do it very gently, like so. So then what you need to do is put some tape on the top edge of your card and across the top of your grey board. Okay, and then you need to do the same on the bottom. So put some on the bottom of the grey board. And across the bottom of the black card. And across the sides. So on the side of the grey board and on the very edge of your card. And again on this side. So what I like to do now, before I take my backing off my tissue tape, I just like to add a little bit of glue to the 4 sides, just to give it a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, just add a little bit of tacky glue. You don't have to go mad. So, and then whilst you're pulling off your tissue tape backing, that's going to go quite tacky. So, pokey tool, and we'll do the top and the bottom first. So we'll just take off the tape backing. Okay, so that's the top. Let me do the bottom as well. Okay, and we'll do the sides of the grey board as well. Just take off the tacky, tissue tape backing. Okay, because we won't be able to get it out in a minute. Okay, so just gently lift your cardstock over, work from the centre and push it down over the top of your grey board. So just work from the centre that in place. Okay, turn it round. Again, from the centre, bring it down over the spine, and then work out to your right and work out to your left. There you go. Okay. Now, where we left a couple of mil on the corners, what you want to do is just push that in with your thumb. I'll see if I can get a... So you're just pushing that in against the grey board on all four corners. And that just gives you, it'll give you a nice edge of the corners when you tuck this bit over. So I'm just going to lay that over again from the centre and out. So when you turn it over, your edge of your corners are really lovely and tucked in. So again on the other side now, I'm just going to push that in with my thumb, or you could use the edge of a scissors if your nails aren't, and you're just pushing it down flat in against the grey board. Take that off. Again, working from the centre. Always use the best tape that you can afford. Score tape's really good, but I've run out. So now, very gently, what you need to do is just fold these up. Okay, so that's the front and the back. So, because we've used those two widths of grey board, there is no cracking in the card, which is really important. Okay. And then you need to keep going at every ½ inch until you have 15 lines scored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more. If you've got a longer scoreboard, it'd be a little bit easier than mine. There we go. So I've got 15 lines. There you go, you can see 15 lines. So what you need to do, so this will be, the first one will be a valley, second one will be a mountain. And then you leave one flat, and then bend up, and then bend down. So you've got another, you see that? Okay, so I'll just carry on doing mountain and valley folds. This will give you 5 pages inside your album. So if you want more, just make your spine a little bit bigger. Well, a little bit wider, I should say. There we go. So then you should have something like that. Okay. So turn it over and on the back. Pull it out just slightly, and again with some tape is just push them in each of the mountain folds that you've done. So you've got 5 mountain folds, so you need 5 pieces of tape. And put it that long ways, it's a bit easier. Okay. There we go. One more. Okay, doesn't matter which side you put them on, as long as you've got them in the valleys, which will be the mountains on this side. So you can also add a little bit of wet glue in there as well if you want to. So just pop that over and push it back, like so. This will just add a bit of strength to the spine, because you need plenty of strength if you're going to be making pockets and you're going to be filling them with journaling and photos. You need plenty of those. Okay. Last one. I quite often add a little bit of wet glue as well, but just for the video. I'm just going to use a bit of tape just to show you. So you will end up with that. See that all right? Yeah, so this will be where your pages will sit on. Okay. So what you want to do next is get your scissors, and you just want to chop off the top on an angle. So you're just taking off, you see, you're just taking off a little triangle off the edges. So instead of square like that one, you just have a little cut off triangle. So do that on both sides. Okay, there we go. So, put your album back in. What you want to do is you want to put tape on this and perhaps a little bit of wet glue if you want to. So, I am going to put some along the bottom. So this is on the reverse side. So you need plenty. I'll put some wet glue on these ones. Oh. Stuck to my finger, there we go. I'm not going to lie, you do go through quite a bit of tape. There we go, so I'm just going to take all that off now. My bin's right next to me, I'm not just chucking it on the floor. There we go. And I'm just going to add some tacky glue in the centre. Okay, so you need to centralise these 5 page spines in the centre between the spine of your book. So if you look on the grey, you can see it's quite centralised there, but you also need to centralise it between the top and the bottom. So, and try and get it as level as you can, which is, I know it's quite hard to do that. So hopefully that's quite centre. And just give a good push down in between the page spines. Okay. So now gently again, you need to lift your page up. And when you're doing that, if you've got a ruler, you'll see the score line from where the gap is in the 2 pieces of grey board. If you just pop your ruler in there and just give it a bit of a score, and then you can pull that up. So that makes sure the card's going inside the gap and not bulging back out towards you. Okay, so again on the other side, just gently lift up, get your ruler, give it a score back and forth, and then lift up. Okay, so that's the cover of your album done. See that? So that's where your pages are going to go, and we'll do them now. So you will need 5 pieces of cardstock, and you will need it 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 inches. So these are just basic pages, no pockets, no flaps, nothing like that yet. So 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, I need a new blade in mine. So you need to cut 5 of those. See, I told you it was in real time. I haven't done any prep for this. I just thought we'd do it all together. Don't get rid of these offcuts because we can use them as flaps and pockets. You try not to waste too much card. It's all recyclable. So 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 by 5 of them. And if you do make one, I'd love to see it. So if you pop it on my Facebook page, Sandra D Designs, or you can tag me in it if you're friend to me, Sandra Carey, or tag my page, either or. Okay, so we'll put that to the side. And we'll just pop these bits we've cut off to the side. Okay, so now, so we start at the back for this, so push all the page spines toward the front except the one at the back. Sorry, that slid out my way there. So I like to put a bit of tape on the inside, like so. And then what you want to do is make sure your page is as square as possible. Okay, so now when you do the next page, you line it up with this last page, because you want all your pages you want them all square. You don't want them to be, because sometimes they can go a little bit wobbly and you'll have a page that's perhaps like that, or it'll be hanging out the bottom just a touch. So if you do the back one first, and if you can't see, if you're doing black, pop in a piece of white card like so behind your back page, and then just pop the next page in, and see look, I've run off there slightly, so we can adjust that now. Here we go. So you're making sure it's level top and bottom with that page. Okay, so then lift this page up, move your white into that one. Okay, I hope I'm not going too fast for you. You can craft along with me. There is loads of album tutorials on YouTube, but I was asked if I could do one, so here we are. So again, we're putting the page in, we're making sure it's lined up with the page we've just done. Okay, like so. Then we're moving the white one in there. You could use a tiny bit of wet glue, but I find people put far too much glue on, so just be noteful of the fact if you're going to glue as well, the glue will squirt out. And you don't want to stick your pages together before you've put anything on them. So again, we're going to line up whilst sticking to the spine. There we go. Again, move that forward. Take the backing off. This is the last page, page 5. Okay, like so. There we go. Take the white paper out. Just make sure. There we go. Make sure you can fold them all the other way as well. And there you have your basic album. If I do it that way, can you see better? There you go. I got the window right in front of me and the sun's gone. So that's your basic album with 5 pages. So I'll do a follow-up video of this tomorrow, hopefully. We will start decorating and we'll start putting flaps in, pockets, and we'll go from there. See you soon. Bye.